Born in Croatia in 1929, music teacher Frane Selak was an average man living an average life. That is, until January of 1962, when the first of a series of near-catastrophic and life-altering events occurred in Selak's life. In today's episode, we will look into the life of Frane Selak, the unluckiest, or luckiest man to ever live. In January of 1962, music teacher Frane Selak was on the train, traveling from the city of Sarajevo to Dubrovnik. While crossing a bridge, the train jumped the tracks and landed in the frigid river below. Tragically, 17 passengers lost their lives in the accident. Selak managed to swim to shore, suffering a broken arm and a case of hypothermia, but he did survive the incident. This was just the first of a string of occasions where Frane Selak managed to cheat death. The next event occurred in 1963, when Selak was taking a flight from the city of Zagreb to the seaport town of Rijeka. During the flight, the exterior door detached from the plane, causing the plane to lose cabin pressure. Unfortunately, Selak was seated near the door when the door blew off, sucking him out of the plane. The plane ended up crashing in a field, causing 19 passengers to lose their lives. Miraculously, Frane Selak found himself landing in a haystack and suffered only minor injuries. After a brief stay in the hospital, Selak was back at work teaching music. Then, in 1966, Frane Selak was traveling on a bus when it slid off an icy road and plunged into a river. 4 passengers lost their lives in this incident, but again, Selak managed to survive with only minor injuries. In 1970, Frane Selak was driving his car down the road when it caught on fire. Selak managed to escape the vehicle and move to a safe distance just before the flames reached the fuel tank and exploded on the motorway. He barely escaped with his seemingly charmed life. 1973 saw another freak car incident when a malfunctioning fuel pump leaked gasoline over his vehicle and sent flames spewing at him. Luckily, Frane Selak again managed to escape without suffering major injuries. Even while walking, Frane Selak's life was in danger. In 1995, while walking down a busy street in the city of Zagreb, Selak was struck by a municipal bus. Thankfully, Selak escaped again without suffering major injuries. A year later, in 1996, a truck from the United Nations peacekeeping force nearly crashed into Selak's car on a mountain road. Selak avoided the collision by swerving at the very last moment and crashed into a guardrail. The fence gave way and his car fell into the ravine, some 100 meters below. Selak somehow managed to jump out of the car window, clinging onto a tree on a slope right before the vehicle tipped over and fell into the ravine. Thankfully, this was the last of the near-fatal incidents that occurred in Frane Selak's life. But the story of Frane Selak doesn't end there. In 2003, at the age of 73, Frane Selak won the lottery, instantly making him a millionaire. Selak bought himself a new house and a vacation home with his winnings. And being the humble and generous man that he was, Selak shared the remainder of his lottery winnings with his close friends and family. Frane Selak passed away in 2016 at the age of 86, having lived his life as possibly both the unluckiest and luckiest man to have ever lived. This concludes today's episode of the Paranormal Report. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. It is due to your continued viewership and support that we are able to bring you interesting and informative videos like this. The team here at the Paranormal Report really appreciates your support.